Wrestling 24/7. I am the Rugged Rebel, and some people are wondering why I did what I did at the last BallyDung event. Why at WrestleWave did I join up with Claire? Well, there's a very good explanation for it, and I don't think the fans will understand, but it's kind of, if you can't beat them, join them. That's the kind of mentality you gotta have around here. And I realized something, that Claire, it was just some kind of a thing that was telling me that this was right, to join up with Claire, to help her basically take control and show everybody in BallyDung Wrestling that it was time to fall in line. And look at who's already on the team. You got Canneron, you've got Ravishing R, you've got the Mad Professor, the BallyDung champion, by the way, and so many others. And those that don't fall in line with Claire basically pay a consequence. And Claire has been showing everybody that there's a lot of opportunity. And some people might want to complain that, oh, there's not a lot of opportunity. But if you follow what Claire says and do as Claire wants people to do, then people get opportunities. And I know that the one probably thinks that I betrayed the Alliance somehow, or that I turned my back on the Alliance, but that's not the case, as here comes Max Frost, the World Heavyweight Champion. And Max Frost, he had kind of a bad night at WrestleWave and somewhat of a good night. On one hand, he lost the YouTube World Championship to Eliminator. Basically, some people thought that maybe there was a little bit of a dusty finish, a screw job, and that Max Frost was robbed of the title. But then Max Frost went on later in the night and gave Undertaker's first loss at WrestleWave. Undertaker is now 0-1 at WrestleWave, and Max Frost is the one that put that blemish on the record in a matchup for that World Heavyweight title, and as a result, Max Frost now has that World Heavyweight Championship around his waist. So regardless of how his YouTube World title match ended up, Max Frost still walked out of WrestleWave with gold around his waist. And here comes the guy that Max Frost probably could not wait to get his hands on, Alberto Del Rio, because Del Rio was the official in the YouTube World Championship match. And I believe that Max Frost probably thinks that deep down it was Alberto Del Rio's fault that he is no longer the YouTube World Heavyweight Champion. And that could be true. But Alberto Del Rio, he probably had his reasons for doing what he did, as he's coming down with all the glitz and the glamour, the fancy car, and all this stuff. But you better be prepared for this matchup, because I heard Max Frost is in a completely different state of mind than he's ever been in. He's more focused, apparently, on his opponent than he's ever been on anybody else. And I think he's out for revenge here in this matchup. But who can blame him? If I was robbed of a matchup, I'd probably want revenge too. But this matchup could be quite interesting, as Max Frost doesn't even look like he's dressed for a wrestling contest. He's dressed more like he's ready for an all-out street fight. Although he's wearing those nice fancy clothes. But I don't know if I'd want to wear a nice suit like that for a wrestling contest, as CM Punk is going to be the referee. CM Punk, of course, he hasn't been seen much, except for in BallyDung Wrestling, as he walked out in his other job. But, oh, it looks like Alberto Del Rio with that cross arm breaker. He might end this very, very quickly, as Max Frost is in a lot of trouble. But no, Max Frost gets out and fights through the pain. As, oh, Alberto Del Rio decided to show off there. That might have been a little bit of a mistake, as Max Frost hit that maneuver. And now Max Frost is taking full control in this contest. And Max Frost, I mean, you gotta give him credit. He has been competing a lot, and he came in at the very beginning of BallyDung Wrestling, and he's been a fighting competitor, and he's won, I believe, almost every championship in BallyDung Wrestling. And now that he's the World Heavyweight Champion, that's gotta be a big feather in his cap, as, oh, he's taking Alberto Del Rio to task here. He is putting on a clinic here in wrestling, just basically picking apart Alberto Del Rio piece by piece and not giving him any time to even catch his breath. Max Frost is more determined, I think, than ever to get this victory here, as this is more of a revenge shot. Oh, and a kick right to the head. Max Frost really just pouring on the punishment. He's basically destroying Alberto Del Rio. There's nothing Del Rio can seemingly do to stop the momentum of Max Frost. I don't know what you could do. Max Frost, oh, that takedown DDT maneuver, and Alberto Del Rio is in a lot of trouble here, as, oh, an elbow drop. And there's so much going on in BallyDung Wrestling coming up. I mean, we've got Royal Madness 3, and I believe that this matchup, I just got word that this is a qualifying matchup. If, and that is a big if, Max Frost is able to win this match, he will be entered in the Royal Madness tournament, Royal Madness 3, and the winner of which goes on to Summerfest 4 to challenge for either the YouTube World Championship or the BallyDung Championship. And what a way that would be. What a huge boost of momentum that would be for Max Frost if he were to win this matchup, get into Royal Madness, win the tournament, and then challenge for either belt. I mean, he could possibly get revenge for his loss of the YouTube World Championship, which, by the way, Eliminator is not the YouTube World Champion. That championship was decided when Rage won the title at the end, toward the end of WrestleWave, in a scrambler set up by Claire for Eliminator's actions, taking out Gluttony, who was targeting the one, and basically instead of finding the one, he found Eliminator instead, as Max Frost puts in that submission hold, and Alberto Del Rio is busted open, and he is in pain, and he can't make it to the ropes. Alberto Del Rio taps out. Max Frost has just punched his ticket. He has just punched his ticket to Royal Madness. He is now in that tournament, and that is a huge, huge announcement here that he just got in Royal Madness 3. And a tournament that Max Frost kind of set up originally at the inaugural, and now Max Frost in the third installment of Royal Madness, he is in the tournament, and this will be interesting to see how far Max Frost goes as he is in Royal Madness 3, and we'll have to see how that night will go for him, but he's celebrating this victory as he gets a little bit of revenge. CM Punk is checking out Alberto Del Rio, but I also think that Alberto Del Rio has punched his ticket out. He is not going to be in Royal Madness now, as Max Frost